The sage who is free from desire functions here as if he were made of wood. This isn't a very appealing simile, is it? Who wants to appear like you're made of wood? Wooden. I suspect something's lost in the translation. But what it means is, consciousness is complete in itself. It's not affected by puny desires, or desires seem puny and inconsequential compared to the realization of your own essential nature. He experiences pure void within and pure void without. It's very easy to misunderstand this as somehow getting identified with some kind of inner state, some sort of nice mental space. It's not that at all. Our psyche, our inner feelings, our inner emotions are as much part of the world as the sound of the seagulls, other people, the sun. It's all void in the sense it's void of any real significance or interest. It's not going to take our intention out there. It's not going to give us something to desire. So there's pure void within and pure void without. Neither the world nor the workings of the individual ego hold any significance. To him, the world is like an empty reed. It's empty of any intrinsic substance. Our desire tells us otherwise. Our desires tell us that there's something out there worth having. Maybe it's a latex uniform, or maybe it's a woman with a particular size of breasts, or maybe it's wealth, maybe it's a car, maybe it's a lifestyle. All of these are just notions which we imbue with desirable qualities, and then we get hooked into it, and that becomes our reality. But it's all like an empty reed. When you look into it, it's got no substance whatsoever. He who is not enamoured of this world, and whose heart delights in the cosmic being alone, is at peace, and he has overcome this ocean of samsara. Having overcome desire and abandoned latent tendencies or mental conditioning, speak what is to be spoken, touch what is to be touched, taste diverse flavours, see diverse scenes, and smell diverse scents. This is similar to something I was reading in D.T. Suzuki's Manual of Zen Buddhism. This includes Yoka Daishi's Song of Enlightenment. Yoka Daishi died in the year 713. He was a disciple of Huineng, the sixth patriarch. Let the four elements go off your hold, and in the midst of the eternally serene, allow yourself to quaff or to peck as you like. Where all things of relativity are transient and ultimately empty, there is seen the great perfect enlightenment of the Tathagata realized. So you let go of the four elements, you let go of all worldly things, and in the midst of the eternally serene, this is the peace of pure consciousness. Allow yourself to quaff or to peck as you like. So you drink and you eat as appropriate as you like. I should just mention, this is an ongoing process. We have the traditional story of the spiritual romance of the yogi sitting free from desire, and we all think, how wonderful that must be. I desire that. We must get beyond that story. It's a bit like trying to understand Christianity through a belief in Santa Claus. we need to just reject that story altogether and come back to the reality of the moment. That story of the supreme yogi, although it's a wonderful story, and although we might be inspired by it, ultimately we feel small and useless compared to this wonderful romance. We need to come back to our own reality. It's our own reality which is wonderful. It's our own consciousness which is supreme. It's accessible to us at any moment. We can turn to it at any moment. And when we turn to it, we are free from desire. Of course, the next moment we might sink. Maybe if we've got alcoholic tendencies, you might feel one moment you're reading this and it's wonderful, it's inspiring, and you see where it's coming from. You actually get in touch with your own consciousness. You can rest in it, you can touch that peace. But a few hours later you might be in an alcoholic stupor. And why? It's because you've maybe setting standards for yourself. But even if you are, you don't lambast yourself for it. You keep coming back. Maybe you've got this habit of going into an alcoholic stupor. Well, you have to accept that habit. Perhaps you're using other strategies for dealing with it. But don't use the fact that you've got that habit as an excuse for not coming back to your own awareness, giving yourself some idea that you're not worthy of it. So it's important, no matter what apparent contradictions exist in our own life, no matter how bad we might feel about ourselves a lot of the time, we always have the possibility of coming back to our own essential nature. And in that nature, in that realization, we are free from desire. And we know this. Sometimes the whole idea of being freed from desire is quite terrifying. But there are times when we are free from desire. And when you are free from desire, you are abiding in the cosmic being, which is supreme peace or eternally supreme.